Afghanistan, where he received the Bronze Star Medal and Combat Action Badge, and once to the Philippines. Stateside, Sergeant Rodriguez completed airborne school, where he learned to parachute out of aircrafts, and language school, where he learned to speak Tagalog, the language of the Philippines. Sergeant Rodriguez teaches Texas history here at Keller Middle School and has been a valued member of the KMS staff for 3 years. Please join me in welcoming Sergeant Ivan Rodriguez.
I want to thank my team leader, Ms. Sanders, for inviting me to speak here tonight. I want to thank our administration for trusting that decision. And I want to thank all the veterans who took time out of their day to be here. It is an honor to speak in front of you. I just hope all my jokes land safely. Right. To the students of Keller Middle School, exactly 20 years ago, I was in your shoes. I was 13 years old in the 8th grade. The year was 1998. The location was Alaska. I still wasn't sure yet what career I wanted to be as an adult, but I knew I loved to write, and I wanted to leave Alaska, so I thought maybe I could be a journalist for a reputable magazine. Journalism, as you may or may not know, is the first draft of history, and I have loved history since I was old enough to read. The military as a career was the furthest thing on my mind. Then 3 years later, I was in high school. I was 16 years old, a junior. The year was 2001. In Alaska, like in Texas, 11th grade is when you learn American history. And I promise you that I learned our history in the best year I ever could have, because I learned it through the prism of September 11th, when 3,000 Americans were brutally murdered in a terrorist attack. In 2001, there was no way of studying the First Amendment's freedom of religion without recognizing the lack of such freedom in Afghanistan. In 2001, there is no way of studying the sacrifice and courage of our nation's founders without recalling the sacrifice and courage of our police and firefighters. 2001 was an easy year to fall in love with America, and that is exactly what happened. I didn't know it yet, but my decision to join the military was planted that year. The way I saw it, there are 3 types of people in this world. Those who make things happen, those who watch things happen, and those who stand around wondering, what the heck just happened? I want to be part of that first group. What group do you want to be a part of? Beginning in 2003, when I took the oath, and for the next 8 years of my life, the Army put a roof over my head, food on the table, clothes on my back. It gave me a college degree, LASIK eye surgery, lifelong friendships, and an education that no money can buy. It gave my life purpose. With my remaining time up here, I want to share with you, the students of Keller, Texas, 9 of the greatest lessons I learned from my time in uniform. Number 1, if you're deploying overseas, to Afghanistan, Iraq, or elsewhere, whether for a fast week or protracted 18 months, bring a pillow. It's not the kind of thing you would normally pack on a trip, but it's super difficult to find in a war zone. And no one will think less of you for using it. Pillows don't make you soft, they make you smart. Bring a pillow. Number 2, in the military, you'll be offered dozens of opportunities to do something amazing with your life. Never say no to these opportunities out of fear. Say no because it's not the right fit. Say no because you have better options coming down the pipe. But never say no because you're afraid. You are stronger than you think, you are braver than you know. I was terrified to jump out of a plane. I was terrified to leave my friends and family. I was terrified to enter Afghanistan. I was terrified to come up here and speak. Nevertheless, I conquered those fears, and so will you. Number 3, when you say you're going to do something, actually do it. Otherwise, you'll gain a reputation and not the kind you want. I learned this immediately after enlisting. In basic training, my first week in the Army, I witnessed dozens of people, literally dozens, fail or drop out because it was already too much for them. They couldn't pass a strength test or adapt to military life. They didn't like receiving orders or told they had to wake up and run every morning at 5 a.m. These people were happy to take all the gratitude and benefits soldiers deserve, but shoulder none of the responsibilities. Do not be like them. Your honor as a soldier and as an adult means something. Your word means something. But it will be nothing if you sign your name on a paper and then betray that signature by not following through with the promise. If you say you're going to do something, then actually do it. Number 4, exercise. Exercise every day if you can. This is something I didn't appreciate enough until after I had already left the Army. I treated exercise in the Army the way you students treat books in ELA. Right? It wasn't until I got out in the real world that I realized gym memberships cost money. Staying in shape costs time. CrossFit is over $100 a month. Ditto for Camp Gladiator. But the military will give you all of that for free. Better than free. They'll pay you. You like to run? They'll make you run too, for free. So take advantage of it. And take advantage of silent reading time at ELA. Alright? Number 5. You've probably been told at some point in your life that you are special. In basic training, the drill sergeants will let you know that you are actually not that special. You are not a unique snowflake. In the military, you are not an individual anymore like Kobe Bryant. You are a member of a team like the Golden State Warriors. And the welfare of the team matters more than your individuality. When you don a soldier's uniform, you become part of a unit, an organization, an army with a long history of honor and distinction. And when you make a mistake, commit a crime, or willfully act stupid, it doesn't only discredit you, it discredits the entire unit, the entire organization, the entire army. So think twice before you do anything. Once to ask yourself, is this in my best interest? And then again to ask yourself, is this in the Army's best interest? If the answer to either question is no, then don't do it. Number 6, make friends. Be friendly. Introduce yourself to people, even if they have headphones in. They'll take them out, I promise you. If you see anyone mistreat another human being, even if they have never mistreated you, do not be friends with that person. Because friendship matters, brotherhood matters. We are not in this fight alone. If you're ever put in a situation where you think you're legitimately going to die, and your life flashes before your eyes, I promise you those visions will not include any of the time you spent in front of a computer screen, an iPhone, or an Xbox. Right? No, if your life flashes before your eyes, what your mind will recall are the friendships, adventures, and personal relationships you developed over the course of that life. Those relationships are what makes life rich. Money is honey, but wealth is measured in the joy you bring to others and the joy they bring to you. My greatest friendships in life are those I developed in the Army, not in middle school and not in high school. So make friends, be friendly, invite people to hang out, even if they haven't invited you first. Especially if they haven't invited you first. Number 7, if you have any animosity or hatred for people who look differently than you, if you judge a person negatively by their gender, their skin color, their national origin, or their religion, then do not join the military. Because those people you dislike, those people you reject, they will become your boss. They will become your squad leader, your platoon leader, your captain, your battle buddy. When the bullets start flying, they will be tasked with saving your life and you with theirs. America is a diverse country. Your military reflects that diversity. It is what makes us stronger than our enemies. We fight terrorists, communists, and fascists. We do not fight each other. Number 8, traveling is good. Embrace it. Do it every opportunity you get. Texas is a great place to live, Keller and Fort Worth especially, but they are not the only places. There's a big, enormous world out there waiting to be explored, bigger than you guys can imagine at your age. Over 8 years in the Army, I saw South Carolina, Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina, Afghanistan, North Carolina, Afghanistan, North Carolina, California, Texas, Washington, Alabama, Washington, the Philippines, Washington, and back to Texas. And I saw way less than my friends. I never even made it to Africa or South America like my friends did. Heck, 70% of the world is water, so if you really want to travel the globe, go and join the Navy. And last, number 9. If you find yourself in a foreign country, at the top of a mountain, surrounded by hostile enemies on all sides, days into a dangerous mission with unknown chances of survival, obviously bring a pillow, but also bring a change of underwear. You never know what might occur. You never know when that second pair might come in incredibly handy. So that's what I learned. In parting, I'd just like to add that if any of you decide to join the military in the future, please remember me and keep in touch. I still earn cash bonuses for every referral I get to the recruiters, so please remember me and keep in touch. Thank you.